Stop asking, do I need this? Because that's exactly why you're stuck. I'm going to give you one question that will instantly make letting go easier. This isn't about being organized. It's not about the bins. It's not about motivation. It's about identity. Your home is full of versions of you that don't exist anymore. And every time you try to declutter, you feel stuck. You hesitate. You second guess, and you put things back. Not because you don't want to let them go, but because you don't know how. So today, I'm giving you the exact question that breaks the pattern instantly. And if you're in midlife and ready to stop feeling stuck in your own space, subscribe. Let's start here. The question everyone asks is, do I need this? And it sounds very logical, but it just doesn't work. Because your brain is very good at justifying, I might use it someday. What if I regret it? What if I need it later? And just like that, you keep it. Do I need this? Is basically your brain saying, let's overthink this for 20 minutes and keep it anyways. Here it is. Instead of asking, do I need this? Ask, who am I keeping this for? This question changes everything because it doesn't focus on the object itself. It focuses on the identity. And identity is the real reason you're stuck. Who am I keeping this for? Is it the version of me who thought I'd wear it? Or who am I keeping this for? Is it the version of me who had time for this hobby? Who am I keeping this for? The version of me who was afraid to let go. That last one stings a little bit. You're not deciding about stuff anymore. You're deciding who you still are. Let's do this together. If you want to picture one item in your home that you keep avoiding, you know the one. Pick it up. Now ask yourself, who am I keeping this for? Wait for the answer. Don't rush it. And then you're going to ask, is that still me? Because if the answer is no, this is where people feel it. That moment where something clicks and you think, oh, that's why I couldn't let this go. It was never about the item. It was about the identity that's attached to it. You weren't emotionally attached to a sweater. You were emotionally attached to who you were while you were wearing that sweater. And that's a very big difference. Now, I know what you may be thinking, but what if I regret it? Good. Okay, let's talk about that next. Because regret isn't about the object. It's about the meaning. You don't regret losing things. You regret losing what they represented. And in a moment, I'm going to show you why you can know all of this and you still can't let it go. Because there are hidden mental blocks that keep pulling you back. I want you to remember this. Every item in your home is tied to a version of you, and you get to decide whether that version still belongs in your life. You're not obligated to stay connected to who you used to be. If this helped you, if that question hit, if you felt that shift, subscribe, because next, we break down the hidden reasons you feel stuck, even when you know exactly what to do. By now, you get it. You know clutter isn't about the stuff. You know it's about identity. You even have the question, who am I keeping this for? And yet, you're still stuck. You still hesitate. You still keep things you know you don't need. You still walk away from piles unfinished. So what's going on? Why does this keep happening? This is where we break down the cycle for real. Let's start with the biggest one, decision fatigue. Every item you touched requires a decision. Keep it, donate it, toss it, think about it later. And your brain has a limit. Research shows that the more decisions you make, the worse your decisions get. And eventually your brain defaults to the easiest option, which is do nothing, keep it, and move on. That's why you start strong and then suddenly you're sitting on the floor, scrolling on your phone, surrounded by piles. You didn't lose motivation. Your brain just said, we are done here. This one is sneaky, the maybe pile. This is where a good decluttering goes to die. Because maybe feels safe. It feels like you're making progress without actually making a decision. But every maybe is an open loop, and your brain hates open loops. So what happens? You avoid the pile, you delay the decision, and the clutter stays. That maybe pile is basically your brain saying, let's revisit this. Never. Now, we go to the psychological aspect, and there's something called the endowment effect, which means you automatically assign more value to something just because you own it. Now, the moment something becomes yours, your brain inflates its importance. So now that random object feels valuable, important, worth keeping. Even if you haven't touched it in years, even if you forgot you even owned it, even if it's literally collecting dust. Suddenly you're like, well, if it's a good item, this is the big one. What if I need it later? This fear keeps more clutter in your home than anything else. But here's the truth. You're not afraid of losing the item. You're afraid of making the wrong decision. So you avoid the decision entirely. And the cost, your space, your clarity, your peace. Let's talk about identity gravity. This one's powerful. Even when you want to change, your past identity pulls you back. You lived as a certain version of yourself for years, and your environment reflects that. So when you try to let go, it feels unnatural, uncomfortable, and even wrong, because you're not just changing your space, you're changing your identity too. And your brain is like, wait, we've been this person for 20 years. Are we sure we want to become someone who doesn't own 47 coffee mugs? Put all this together, and here's what happens. You start decluttering, you hit resistance, you get overwhelmed, you stop, then later you try again, same cycle. It's not a motivation problem. It's an unfinished loop problem. You don't complete decisions, so your brain keeps bringing you back over and over again. So how do you break that? How do you actually let go without second guessing, without regret, without going back? In a moment, I'm giving you a simple 3-step system that will help you finally release things completely. No guilt, no maybe, no starting over. But for now, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not broken, you are not weak, and you are not failing. You are dealing with real psychological patterns that no one ever taught you how to handle. And now you see them, which means you can change them, and here's where everything comes together. You don't need more motivation, you need closure. I'm going to give you a simple system to finally let go for good. How do you actually let go? Not just once, not just in a burst of motivation, but completely, without guilt, without regret, without going back. And that's what this is all about. So let's start here. Letting go is not a physical act, it's an emotional one. That's why forcing yourself doesn't work. That's why if the emotion isn't resolved, the attachment stays. You don't need more discipline, you need closure. So here it is, simple, repeatable, powerful, a 3-step system to finally let go. Step 1, acknowledge. This matters to me. That's it. No minimizing, no rushing past it. Every item you held on to had a reason. At some point, it was important, useful, meaningful. So when you pick something up, say it. This mattered to me. Because when you skip this step, your brain will resist. It feels like you're dismissing something important, and it pushes back. Your brain is basically like, excuse me, we are not just throwing this away without a conversation. Step 2, honor. This version of me served a purpose. This is where you separate identity from object. You recognize the person you were that got you here, and they mattered, even if that chapter is over. The version of you who bought that outfit, the version of you who started that hobby, the version of you who held on to this just in case, you're not rejecting who you were. You're respecting them and moving forward. Step 3, release. I don't need this to carry that forward. This is the shift. Because now you're not losing anything. You're choosing. You're not throwing it away. You're letting it go. There's a difference. The memory stays. The growth stays. The lesson stays. The object, it can go. Let's do it together. Pick one item right now. Step 1, this mattered to me. Step 2, this version of me served a purpose. Step 3, I don't need this to carry that forward. And then let it go. That feeling, that's not lost. That's relief, right? Let's lock this in. You don't need the object to keep the memory. You are that memory. If something feels hard, take a photo. Write the story. Keep one representative piece, but not everything. You don't need 12 versions of the same memory. You're not opening a museum. Here's what happens when you do this. Your space changes. Yes, but more importantly, you change. You feel lighter, clearer, more in control, because now your environment matches who you are today, not who you used to be. And that's how you move forward. If you've watched this entire series, you are not the same person who started it. You see things differently now, and that matters. Subscribe, because next we are not just clearing space, we are building a life that actually fits you. And if you need to go back, watch this series again, because every time you do, you're letting go of something new. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.